Hi. Hey. What's up?
All your favorite artists.
Check it out. Say my name. DJ Khaled.
This is Mila J.
Bruno Mars.
On hot7025fm.com.
What's going on, everybody? It's your main man, 360, the poet from the Morning Wood, and I'm here to talk to you about the Sci-Fi Center. It's your Vegas home for science fiction, horror, and fantasy. From comic books, toys, and posters to movie screenings and live events, they've got you covered. Located at 900 Karen Avenue, Suite B209, give them a call, 702-900-4335, or reach them at thescificenter.com.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Cheryl Underwood, and you're tuned into the hottest news station on the planet, Hot 702.5.
Keep your radio dial right here. You're locked into the hottest news station on the planet, Hot 702.5 in FM sound. Blazing today's hip-hop, R&B, and pop music. Keeping your radio on fire. Bringing you the hottest, realest, riskiest talk shows live 24/7 on hot7025fm.com.
It's your main man, 360, the poet from the Morning Wood. And are you looking for the perfect drink? Well, you found it. Mimosa Royale is the perfect combination of California sparkling white wine and natural juice that is both tasty and refreshing. No artificial colors or flavors, no sugar added, and it's gluten-free. As the world's first ready-to-drink mimosa, Mimosa Royale is perfect for any occasion, day or night. You no longer have to drink 12 of those seltzers just to get that perfect buzz. At 8% alcohol, Mimosa Royale is the perfect drink to party with. Offered in a variety of flavors and sizes, you are bound to find a Mimosa Royale that you'll love. We have berry, mango, apple, and orange, with more flavors to come. Mimosa Royale is the most award-winning flavored wine that serves in bottles or cans. You can find them online at drinkmimosa.com or find them at your local liquor store. Ask for it by name. Mimosa Royale.
There we go. We live here and we live right here. We at the number one advice column in person or over your airwaves. Hot7025fm.com, better known as the land of 360 the poet, aka the Holla at the Homie Hour, every Wednesday right here on my Instagram Live, my Facebook Live, and on hot7025fm.com. So again, the number to dial us up at today, we can call into the studio, but or it's been forwarded over to our other alternate phone number. That's 702-551-5261 if you wanted to tune in and tap in and holler at the homie as well. What's going on, Kate Jackson? Well, hey, this guy loves y'all too out there. That's what I'm talking about. So we got a good one today, y'all. First and foremost, like I always want to say to everybody, man, it's been a hell of a journey going through all this stuff, and I appreciate everybody that's been riding with me through my whole little journey. As far as like those who don't know, let's fast forward a little bit. I got, diagnosed with a couple types of cancer, just had prostate removal, blah, blah, blah. Fast forward, boom. Anyway, so we're going to get into all my thank yous, my acknowledgments. On the other side of things, surgery was, what up, though, Sapphire? What's going on with you up there from the D, holding it down in 313? First, I want to give my acknowledgments, my thank yous to the people that, because I feel like my process going through all of this has been uplifted, has been made smoother. My transitions, like my pain levels have been down because the amount of love and support that I'm getting from everybody that's out there. You know, understand? That's what catapulted today's conversation about it takes a village to stay a village. You know what I mean? People always say it takes a village to raise a child. Yeah, we got that. We got all of that. But it also takes a village to stay a village. So we're going to talk about that. But first, I got to give my thank yous to all those who've been really, 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 really riding with me, and who the ones who, who prompted this whole conversation about it takes a village to stay a village, right? So first and foremost, my superwoman, my wife, Maya, she been holding me down like 4 flat tires with anchors on the bottom of them at the bottom of the ocean. Like, she been holding me down. Like, like if I need a nurse, she my nurse. If I need somebody to ask the doctors the questions, like she even asked a question about water pressure in the shower, y'all. Like something I wasn't even thinking about. Wasn't even thinking about stuff like that, right? She asked questions like that to really make, to let me know, of course, when you marry somebody, you have a feeling in your stomach and you believe that person going to be there through you for the good times, the bad times, through sickness and in health, right? But to actually know it, for it to come across to me and really, I know in my veins, like that I know it, that's a whole different type of feeling, right? So I got to give props to her, her sister Carmen, like my sister Carmen, man, hey, what's up with coach? Coach, you good? Da-da-da-da-da. She makes sure I rock and roll. You know what I mean? My neighbors, the Adamses, they came through. Nicole, she just like, again, she like one of the sweetest people on the planet. You know what I mean? The Galvez gang, with their videos, they send me like different people been doing different stuff, like Kales, and then like the Baylors, like they always checking on me, making sure I'm good. Baylor gang out there representing. You know what I mean? Like who else out there been making sure? Oh man, like Fern and then Kim, and then like Skinny, my cousin Skinny. Oh man, this dude. What's up, Dakarai? My cousin Skinny, he came down here from Chicago, man, for my auntie's 90th birthday, man. But he been so in tune with me ever since he walked up out the building, ever since he flew out. I've been talking to Skinny every other day, right? So that's, like blessings come out of stuff like this, right? My homies at work, like Danny, Lindsay, all my water grill crew. What's up, Mila Twin and Law? Got you, big ups to you, big up to Kareem. Like, you know what I mean? Like, these are the people that's been really, 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 holding me down. You know what I mean? Okay, that's what's happening. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm saying. Ride, listen to me in the car. That's what's up, JS Journey. But like what really prompted today's conversation is like my crew, right? My dogs. Like, if you know, if you know my crew, you know my crew. Jason, Jeremy, Al, Donovan, Mill, Deshaun, Kenny. Like, if you know my crew, you know my crew, right? And these guys, I'm just calling them these guys because these men, these brothers, like, you know what I mean? Not only them, but their support systems in support of them supporting me while going through what I'm going through. I'm never at a loss for words, but they are what prompted today's conversation about how it takes a village to stay a village, right? So like what I'm talking about is like just to give, clear transparency, like they sent me this thing called a food train, right? And, what that really does is they've set up amongst them all, divvied it up amongst themselves to make sure that we get meals sent here to last us a week per delivery for both myself and for my wife, to make sure she don't have to cook dinner. And they didn't do it. First, I thought it was like a week. I was like, hey, dang, that's cool, man. Come on to a week of grub. Nah, these cats did it through my whole recovery. They say, all right, you down to the end of April? We got food coming to you to the end of April. Like, stuff like that, just small things. It may seem small when you break it down and stuff like that. That's what makes it easier for a village to stay a village. Because for one, it came from it was a piece of them they gave to me. A piece of themselves, a piece of their hut was contributed to my hut. You understand what I'm saying? So like, that's what really prompted today's conversation, how they broke things down and made it more feasible to occur, more possible to happen. And, because a lot of times, like one of my quotes I came up with the other day, I said that, a pizza tastes better when it's sliced up. It's more digestible. You can get more of it down. You can enjoy it more. It's more enjoyable when it's sliced up. What's up, Pammy Amy? It's more enjoyable when it's sliced up, right? So with that being said, that's what made me think of that. Because exactly, village come through, right? You know what I mean? Because like one of the questions that you always ask when, I consider myself one of the people who, people lean upon sometimes like that, so you ask the question, where do the strong go when we need a crutch? You go to your village. You go to your village. Your village are the other strong ones amongst you, because a chain is only as strong as its weakest link, right? But if everybody is pitching in and giving the pieces of strength that they can give, the contribution that they can put out there, if everybody is doing what they can and not one person trying to take it all on, or us trying to put it all on one person. What's up, Coliolio? Neighbor checking in. You know what I mean? If all of us can break it down and slice this pizza up, it's easier to feed the hut next to ours. Maybe that's where Pizza Hut got their name from, because they sliced it up differently. Sometimes it's squares, sometimes it's triangles, but you enjoy pizza more when it's sliced up. It's more digestible. It's more easier to come by, and it goes further. Meaning the village comes together. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you know, first of all, if you need help, you need to recognize that. What you say, Timothy McEllis? A village absolutely necessary. My dad is recovering from a stroke, and I am so grateful for my village. And that exactly, Tiffany. Exactly. I'm coming out of surgery. I got 5 incisions still across my abdomen. Still can't lift over 10 pounds. And my village is making sure I'm good. Because that don't always mean you got to contribute financially. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure you can understand that, Tip. Like, it's not always about the financial contribution. It's the thought that counts the highest. Like, you thinking of me, so you text in on me like, hey, just checking in on you, bro. Like, what's good? Like, do you need anything? Like, you know, when people ask me, like, do I need anything? I can't even come up with the idea of what I might need because somebody in my village is already filling in these blanks. Exactly, Ray Butler. Everyone in the village is important. And if we get back to recognizing that, and nobody has more importance than the next. Like, we are all chiefs of our own huts, right? But amongst that village, every hut creates that village. So if you got the hut held down, that means the next hut is held down too, because the chiefs of that hut got it solid. So we can't be trying to chief everybody's hut, but we can always contribute to what's going on in the village. Because everyone, like Ray Butler just said, everyone in the village is as important as the next one. I never would have, you know what I mean? Like I tell you, like when my homie Donovan will tell you, he said, because I sent the homies a voice text when I found out they gave me like that food train, right? And one of the homies missed it. He didn't hear the voice text. What's going on, T? One of them didn't hear the voice text, and he was like, well, I missed it. And Donovan was like, well, basically it was a bunch of, and he sent like a crying emoji, like a crying gif, and like gif, whatever y'all call it. And it was like a bunch of I love y'all mans and you know, and just as appreciation. And it's basically what I was doing. You know what I mean? I was trying to hold the frog. It was something in the air. So, you know, I wasn't really talking. I wasn't crying on the phone. I'm tougher than that. No. But you know, it jerked at my heartstring, right? It was like, hey, it hit me in the left titty. You know what I mean? Like, that's where it hit me. And it let me know that, you know, because like I posed part of the question today, right? Do you feel like you even part of a village, that you have one? Because I never questioned whether I've got one, but this solidified the strength of my village. Woo! Man, when the chips, when the ish hits the fan, like, who gonna be there to block it from you having to eat it? Who gonna be there for that? Thank you, Teresa. Who's gonna be there for that, to help you not have to swallow the ish when it hits the fan? Your village. So do you have one? That's the question all of us, you know, that's the question I pose to everybody. Do you feel like you are a part of a village? Do you feel like you even have one to lean on? Because if you don't, then you got to evaluate, you know, why you feel that way. Because I'm in my heart of hearts sure that you do have one. You just may not be looking in the right direction to see who's in it. A lot of times we do that, y'all. A lot of times we create a village around us, or a faux village, what we think is a village, and it's really just people who are inhabiting our space. It's a difference between people who are inhabiting your space and taking your time versus the village in which you are sharing it with. People taking your time. Thank you, Tiffany. You ain't never lied. She said sometimes simply being, and in air quotes, present is enough. And it is. Because I'm telling you, I feel less pain. Like, again, I'm no Wolverine. I'm not sitting here saying I'm all the way healed. I'm not going to say that. I'm not all the way healed. Again, like if I lifted up my shirt, you'd see like I've been in a prison yard fight, right? But at the same time, I don't feel like they prescribed me oxycodone, and the bag is still stapled from the pharmacy. I haven't even opened them. What you say, Ray? A powerful village is all Indians and no chiefs. That's the thing. Like, it's no chief of the village because everybody chief in their hut. You making sure home is good. That way, you know, your neighbors got your back. They all got each other's back. And, you know, your village got each other. Your village got each other. You know, like, again, like, I haven't needed narcotic pain prescription because of the love. It's a mentality. When you feel like your back, when your 6 is covered, you walk faster. You walk stronger going forward. You attack your 12 harder when you know your 6 is covered. I'm telling you, when you know that your back is covered and you ain't got to worry about catching no haymakers from the backside that you can't see because you only got a 180-degree view of what you got going on. When you got that feeling on the inside, the better or the worses, the good and the bads, the sickness and in health, you know, that ain't always just your marriage to your spouse. That's the marriage of your village too, through sickness and in health. Y'all there for each other. Exactly. That's another thing, right? Play your part only. Accountability. Like, don't try to be the villager that's coming and help me plant a garden and you got a black thumb. I don't like to use a black thumb, a non-green thumb. Like that's not your lane, but you may be the one that can help me build the protector to keep the rodents out. You may help in a different way. That's why it's important to understand a couple of things about when, you know, you contributing and receiving from your village. Exactly. I don't like to say a black thumb. You know, everybody, they want to put black on everything black. Nah, I wore a black shirt because I'm a black man. I just got my ancestry.com and it's from black country. That's some white folks on there too. I'm Scottish, Irish, all kind of stuff. I'm like a potpourri of people, right? Anyway, back on the subject, right? But like when you know, you have to help in the places where you can help. And then from the person that's receiving the help, you got to acknowledge that you need it. And don't wait to the last minute to just drop it on everybody's lap. Like, yo, I need help. If I don't get this help by tomorrow, it's a wrap for me. No, you got to swallow y'all know what I say about ego. Y'all know my quote about y'all. I'm the king of acronyms, and my acronym for ego is eliminating the greatest outcome. You eliminate your greatest outcome when you put your ego first. So you got to swallow all that pride, because the pride comes before the fall, all that kind of good stuff. You heard all the proverbs, right? So like swallow your pride and mention it before it becomes a mountain when it began as just an anthill. You've allowed it to fester and grow. So you got to man up, woman up, person up, you know, whatever. Adult, put your big person pants on and say, yo, check this. Is it any way, you know what I mean? But in that, you have to be, if somebody's going to be selfless and give to you and help you out, you have to inject yourself into the assistance of what they're going to be, because they can't be selfless if ain't nobody self-involved. You got to insert yourself, meaning you got to help them help you. That's what the saying comes from. Help me help you, dog. Like, don't just be dead weight and just expect me to pull you up. Nah, pull with me. Come with me. Grip or something. Push with your feet or something. Let me say, every member of the village has his or her part to play in the building, encouraging and supporting the village that can stay in strong and vigilant against the ops. Exactly. When you support one another in the village and be like, yo, big up. Yo, I appreciate you. Salute you. Or I see you. Recognition goes a long way. I learned this a long time ago, you know, being a parent, when, you know, my children were old enough to kind of tell me what meant more. And it wasn't the amount of money spent. It was the amount of time spent being acknowledged and recognized, right? So that's strengthening that part of the village. So you got to strengthen your village as well by acknowledging that they exist. Let them know that you see them. Let them know you appreciate them. Let them know that you're here to help them help you. But you don't want to be in the way by trying to do too much. What's up, Shells? Like work? Check me. Yeah, hey, check me. Village. Again, village. Shonda Sharon, Yeah, you gotta make sure that they understand that, like, yo, check it. I want to help you help me, but if I'm in the way, let me know too. And you got to be okay with them saying that. Which is, I am truly encouraged. My son was recently diagnosed with cancer. Strengthen and encourage. Hey, tell him to holler at the homie. Again, I got hit with 2 of them out of nowhere. I ain't know what was supposed to go down, but what's helping me through this? What's helping me through this JNS's journey? What's helping me through this is my village, the support. Would you say you have to care enough to care enough, Ray? But you have to care enough to care enough. But and because what I say is, with my support helping me, I had a lot to do with that as well. They told me that because, again, it's a mentality. So JNS's journey, J&J's journey, you got to understand, let your son know it's about his mentality too, because people are going to reflect what they get from him. If they see him down, they're going to give him back a little bit of down, because it's hard to be up when the person you talking to is down. Like I always brag on the fact that my blood type is B positive. So that's one of the things that's keeping me positive, but also the fact that people are actually reflecting what they're getting from me, and that's re-strengthening me. It's like sunlight coming off the mirror, helping a plant grow. He getting photosynthesized twice. You're getting photosynthesis twice because it's coming naturally, and then it's reflecting off of them coming off of you. So now you're getting double strengthened. That's why I don't feel any pain. Because I care enough to care enough about the people who are caring enough to care about me. I recognize it. I acknowledge it. I tell them thank you at every turn. And if I missed anybody, I charge it to my mind and not to my heart, because I'm thankful for every encouraging word, every power fist, prayer emoji, all of those things. Sometimes people don't say anything because maybe they don't really know what to say or how to say things. But and I take that too. Just send an emoji. Just, you know what I mean? Like, people sent stuff anonymous. My homegirl Mika Batson, right? Mika B. She let me know on Good Friday. She reminded me Good Friday was Good Friday. When I gave y'all the report on Good Friday about, where we were going, and we were going to talk about what we talked about today. What's up, Faith? Faith EC Cornelius. But like, you know what I mean? She let me know on Good Friday, but at the same time, later on that day, an edible arrangement came. You understand what I'm saying? Like, people telling me to eat fruit, all my doctors and stuff like that say, okay, after the surgery, make sure you're getting your fruit intake, all this kind of stuff. Unbeknownst to me, somebody else who's got a background or got a background in those fields, like, then already sent some fruit. So now I got fruit on deck. You know what I mean? People be sending like I said, my homie sent me a food train from, like, it's so many different options of food that I get each week. And my bros set me up, like, you know what I mean? Again, and it don't matter whether it was their idea, their wife's idea, or one of their idea, and they all jumped on board. It does not matter. They decided to slice that pie up to where my wife ain't got to cook dinner for a month. A month. What? That's giving me strength. So J&J's journey, you know what I mean? Like, let your son know, like, be willing to receive that too. We got to allow people to be who they can and who they are able and want to be for us. You know what I mean? Because sometimes on the other side of that is people that don't give a damn. But we don't have enough time to focus on them because all the other people are feeding into us, are lifting. What's up, Ivan? You say what you have what you say. Life and death is in the power of your tongue. You will speak life, so you will have life. Exactly. I appreciate them words, Ivan. Who you with? You know what I mean? Another one of my clique brothers. You understand? It's like, you got to be able to receive it. Be willing and open to receiving it. Because if not, you blocking off a lot of it that could have seeped in on you that you didn't even know it was coming. It's not always the direct hits that sink the battleship. It's not always the direct hits that, it's sometimes it's the nose of the ship that all that's being waited on you know what I mean, to really make an impact. And if you open to receiving it, if you open to that reception after you've let it be known, and then you got to be thankful and let it be known that you thankful, because people will stop giving if they don't think you give a damn about what they giving to. So again, it's all reciprocal. It's a mentality. That's why I'm whooping cancer's ass right now, because my mentality is I will not lose. And my corner, my village, is right there with me. Every time it's ding, 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 and I get caught with one, like, bow, prostate cancer, bow, kidney cancer. My village, my corner is like, okay, shh, putting the Vaseline on my face, pressing down my eyes so I can see again, telling me what to look out for. It's a conglomerate of people. And I have to be willing to receive it all, because sometimes people be like, oh man, it's too many people just telling me this, that, and the third. I want more. I want it all, because it's up to between me and the creator to filter out what I don't need. You say that speaks volumes to your character. Good people protect good people. And that's a great point. What's up, Uncle Popeye in the building? That's a great point, Ray. You know, good people protect good people, but I believe that it's everybody got good in them. So they need to be good with the village that's good like them. I can't concern myself with their village if they not in mine, but I still wish they village well. You gotta still be we gotta get back to that page. Like, just because somebody from a different village don't mean they trying to attack mine. Or they trying to infiltrate. Superman of the Caribbeans. What up, homie? Or they trying to infiltrate. None of that stuff, right? So you got to be able to receive what your village is bringing. Like, you know, when you first move into a neighborhood, you know, you got the welcome committee. They bringing up casseroles and fruit cakes and all that kind of stuff. Like, you know, you looking at what the village is bringing. Don't turn your nose up at any of it. Let them bring it all. It's up to you what you want to digest. You may not like fruitcake, but don't tell the lady, like, I don't like fruitcake. Don't give me no more damn fruitcake, because next time she may bring you a 7-Up cake that you may fall in love with. But since you rejected her fruitcake and say you don't like it, didn't even try to let her receive it and say thank you, then now you blocking what else she got to offer, her giving, her contribution in the village. She may be the village baker. I'm using all these as metaphors, right? You have to allow your village to be who they are. And again, I didn't recognize the power of a village until my homeboy sent me a food train to where my wife don't have to cook dinner for 6 weeks. Who does that? A village. A village. I didn't think to ask for that. They collectively came up with, that's what we gonna do. That's what we gonna do. And again, it started with the mentality that I decided to take on as the person who actually needed the village's support this go round. I had to understand, like, yeah, I need it. I cannot hold myself up. But not holding yourself up don't mean you can't hold yourself accountable. Again, you got to care enough for them to care enough that you care enough to keep pushing. Your village not going to come to your rescue if you don't show that you going to contribute too. You know, every member of the village is unique. They possess a different skill set. Let them bring it all to your hut. It's up to you to decide on what you're going to use, right? But don't knock it from your village. That's disrespectful. You know, because if that's the case and you feel like you got the best advice in the world for them or the best thing you can contribute to them, then what's that leave you? That means that your words are better than them. We don't want anybody to feel that they are better or more worthy to the village than the next. Because it's ours. We decide on what our contribution is. Am I a blacksmith? If not, then don't ask. I'm not going to be there trying to make weapons or horseshoes or whatever blacksmithery does. Am I a soldier? Am I a trainer? Am I a teacher? What is my contribution? Let me give that. And don't expect more of that from me if that's not a part of my skill set. So as a village, we have to understand what each villager possesses. If you know they got this in they wheelhouse, if you know they in their utility belt, they got something else other than what they focusing on, then maybe they don't recognize it's there. They may think it's a pistol and it's a taser. You understand? If they don't understand what they got in their utility belt, then as a village, we should respect each other enough to be like, hey, I see this in you. I didn't know if you recognize you had the power of this in you to calm the situation instead of escalating it. You know, what if we try to explore some more of that? But as a village, we should be able to talk to each other about that. You understand what I'm saying? Like you have to be able to meet on the level of reparations and on you know, where we're repairing things, and you got to meet on the level of where they get torn at. You got to look at the tear and the repair and meet on that level and understand that everybody had a contribution to what's going on. So now how do we collectively bring this back to where we are being progressive? We moving forward. Again, like I said before, when you know somebody got your 6, you attack your 12 head on. Head on. Win, lose, or draw. Standing up, or if you fall, you attack your 12 head on when you know that your 6 is covered. Makes you feel a whole lot different. And that's what it means to be a part of a village, because you're going to be covering somebody's 6. To anybody out there that's pledged the fraternity or sorority, you know the ace is the back of the tail dog. The ace got the tail dog's back. Right? The littlest person got the biggest person's back. You understand what I'm saying? So don't think of it as a portion of like, can I cover somebody's 6 because of my size? Mr. Big, Mr. Big. They call me Mr. Big, but not because of my size. It's because how you move. It's about how much confidence you have in the fact that that's where you want to be, that member needs you in that capacity, because you can only cover their 6 with things that you have in your wheelhouse. You can't be a shield if you only got shear in your wheelhouse. So do you need to strengthen up your protection for others? Or do you need to learn how to maneuver what you got a little bit better to make sure regardless what comes against them, you got them covered? Again, that's village-ish. You know what I mean? So and you can't expect somebody to do something outside of their wheelhouse, something outside of what they're trained to do, because or ostracizing them, or you can't like ignore somebody because you think that they're not doing something and then expect them to carry water hit with you when your hut is on fire. You can't just be dogging people out that's in your village and then expect them to come to the rescue when you yell fire. Where they doing that at? How's that work? So again, it takes a village to stay a village. But this starts in each individual hut within that village. And I say hut just to get you in the mindset of like, you know, some people been together since that's all we had. You know what I mean? Like our partners who I was talking about, you know, my clique, you know, I've been with these brothers for damn near 30 years. So we know each other's strengths and weaknesses. We've gone astray from one another at times in our lives as we've grown as men. But at the same time, we've been there since we've just had huts. Now I got partners who got, you know, some couple of them got, you know, golly, estates. You know what I mean? Estates. But we've been together since we were sharing. That's your village, right? There's times when we wasn't feeling like a village. There's times when there's been a rift within the village. But we have to look at, you know what I say? What's up, Meek Meek? I just talked about you, girl. But I always say, when you point a finger, when you point the blame at somebody, 3 fingers point right back at you. That means me, myself, and I. That's how, what's up, D Wills? That's how you contribute to what's going on. That's how you contribute to what's going on. That's your contribution to the issue. You may say, well, you did this, you did this, you did this. But I, myself, me, myself, and I contributed to that occurring. What'd you say, Dan? You trying to get on here, get live? Let me see we'll see my brother talking about. As always, I always encourage y'all to call up. Talk about your village. Say what's on your mind, You say, what you miss? I'm at the plantation today. I had late logging in. Oh, so we talking about it takes a village to stay a village. I gave my thanks and acknowledgement. That's where your name came up and stuff like that. But we're talking about how, like, people have to be open to receiving the help from their village, and they also have to be willing to contribute to the help, but by discussing it. We just always talking about when you communicating, it's a two-way street, but you got to listen to absorb, right? So you talk to the people like, look, I want to help you, help me, but let me know if I'm in the way, and be man, woman, or whatever enough to say if you are in the way. If they say you're in the way, scoot to the side, let them do what they're doing, and how each individual person in the village has a different contribution. Yes, I got my delivery. I was just telling them about my edible arrangement. I was just telling them about that, like how people, all my doctor friends and everybody telling me to make sure that I get fruit, and tons of it show up on my doorstep. You know what I mean? So that was a hell of a good Friday surprise. Thank you, Meek. But we also talked about like how we need to openly discuss the needs of what we have, and don't be too proud or too prideful to say, look, I need this, and the third, and what you understand within your village, that's where it's going to be taken care of. I was talking about earlier how when you notice somebody got your 6, you attack your 12 head on. No interruptions. You go at it relentlessly when you notice somebody got your back. That means because you feel like you covered. You feel like you are clear to go from any obstructions behind you in your rear view. Looking at life through my rear view. You heard what Pac said. Looking at life through my rear view. That means the issue's behind me, so I can't be looking that way. I got to be pushing forward. So again, when you got a village that supports you, or you part of a village that's supporting somebody else, they have that feeling and understanding that that's how they can rock and roll too. With reckless abandon, if that's how they want to look at it. Like, they can go at it hard as they want to. You can go hard in the paint when you got a gunner out there behind the 3-point line. I can use many metaphors as you want me to use, but you got to be able to swallow your pride. But that notice, this was one thing you understand. Swallowing your pride does not mean you are no longer proud of yourself. Let's get that understood. Like what I mean by swallow your pride, that means like stop letting that stop you from moving forward. So, all right, cool. I chewed that up. Now I swallowed it. Now I can continue to communicate. I can talk it out. I can speak with people about this, that, and the third, right? So what does that mean? What does that look like? Oh yeah, D Wills, I bounce back, baby. Bounce back like a Spalding in the gym. Don't. I'm back. I ain't all the way back, but I'm back. I'm back. You dig? See, got my facial hair coming back. I'm starting to feel like myself again, So but again, like my homeboy Nigel. Oh, that just made me think. My homeboy Nigel, I was just down in LA, and I've been knowing Nigel since like 1991, 92. I met Nigel going into my freshman year of high school, right? But he hit me the other day. He was like, a few weeks ago, he was like, man, he was one of those people that he really don't do well with the words as far as like talking about things of this nature. But he just said he want to know his assignment. What is his assignment? And the creator put one in my brain and gave him one. And I know without a shadow of a doubt that he gonna fulfill his part. because the passion in which he asked that question, it was genuine and it was real. It was from the heart and it was real. And that's all it takes sometimes. You know, like Tiffany McDowell said a little earlier, she was like, sometimes just being present is enough. That's the contribution of your village members. They can be there, be in your presence to assist in any way possible, but it doesn't have to be a concentrated focus on assistance. Because some people don't have a lane in which they can really go all the way in for people in, right? But they do have the availability of time. Like I talked about before, like my kids told me, you know, when they were like teenagers, that they valued more of the time that I spent than they valued the amount of money that I spent. And that makes a difference. Just being present sometimes is enough. It's helped me along the way. I can't tell you enough how I'm loving every, you know, Facebook, Instagram, email, text. People, I don't care if you're sending me something that I already got from 2 other people. I'm not going to reject any of it. Because again, I don't want to reject something by saying I already got that and to have that mentality like, oh, this is too much, because then I'm going to miss out on something that I may even need even more that may seep through the cracks that I didn't even know it was coming from somewhere. You dig? So you have to be open to receive the type of assistance that people can give. You may need a monetary uplift, but you go to somebody who don't have that monetary availability, and then you get perturbed. That's not right, because you got to meet them where they're meeting you at on what they can give. Again, you wouldn't ask the town baker to make you weapons like a blacksmith. So let each person be in a lane. That's one thing about that I'm learning, that I have learned, that I've observed and absorbed through this whole situation. You know, I go tomorrow to figure out, you know, I get all my pathology and stuff back tomorrow, and, you know, creator willing, the doctor going to say, we got it all, you know, but my mentality going in is we got it all. And if we fall short of that, for any reason, which I'm still doubtful of, I'm still in a mind frame with the support that I'm receiving by people just being present. Just being there makes a difference. Caring enough to care enough to say what's up, to say something makes a difference to me. And I'm sure that, you know, if we have a perspective of looking at it in that way, when we're getting assistance or when we're in the position to where we need the assistance, if the mentality that we have is open, we'll receive more, we'll collect more. You know, what's up, Tracy? We'll collect more by just being TB. Your name will be on that wall, TB. I can't show people because I don't want to take them on tour of my room like that. But you up there on that wall, TB. But like it again, how can people contribute? You know, like I said last week, I couldn't laugh. I can laugh now. Like I said, I'm healed a little bit more where I can laugh now. You know, so people that like my homeboy Big Kev was like, you know, I can't call you then because I'm had your stitches busted. And he probably would have because he's stupid. He's stupid. He's a funny dude. He's funny. Like TB, you know, Leonard. He funny as hell. I probably couldn't have talked to him last week because I really couldn't laugh, right? So I wouldn't have called upon them at that time to be who they are in those moments. You know, I wouldn't call on a blacksmith to bake me a cake, even though he got an oven. Similar tools, used differently. Allow people to be who they are in their lane. You say you got this shirt the other day? I'm glad it ain't mine because it'd be stretched out if you put it on, sucker. No, I'm just playing, man, because you ain't got slim on me, TB. TB, you got slim on me, dog. Your name Lil TB now. But yeah, you got to allow people to be who they are and be in their lane. Because if you ask them to drive outside of their lane, you know, you can't ask somebody who's a cruiser to go all the way left and speed from here to, you know, from here to LA. You can't ask them to do that, right? If somebody has a cruiser, let them be in their far right lane. They gonna get you there. They still in the car. Similar tools, just use different. Allow people in your village to use their tools the way they are successful using them. Not to say you don't know how to use them. You don't know how to drive that sports car that you got, but you just drive it differently. Allow people to drive their sports cars at the speed they want, that they have been successful driving them. Again, I'm metaphorically speaking, as always. I'm always throwing a metaphor in, right? Give people room to be who they are. That's what I would say. Allow people the space to operate in their expertise. Just like I said last week about, you know, the analogy about the pilot and the anesthesiologist, right? You believe in people to do what they're supposed to do, to be what they are. What up, Kip? What up, Pete, man? I meant to respond to your message today, but I was about to come on this show, so I didn't get a chance to. But yep, as you see, I'm good, homie. Appreciate you checking in. Again, village. Presence is enough. Your presence can be a present. What you said, me? You are so blessed because you have real love in these streets. I continue to have to maneuver through all the fake and still searching for my tribe, but God allows me to hold down through this journey. We part of the same tribe, me. You in my village too, baby. You in my village too, home girl. You and D, y'all in my village too. Again, vicariously through the next person, through the next people. What you said when my neighbor said, he said, everybody in your village has a gift and you allow them to bless you. And thank you. The Creator has blessed me to be around people who are wanting, who are not only willing, but who want to. What up, chat? Holla at the homie, baby. Again, chat, part of my village. The day before I went to surgery, chat got me a free round of golf. Everybody know I love playing golf. That in itself was a contribution from the heart. From the heart. Yeah, he played with me. So what? That don't mean nothing. I played for free at his golf course. The day before I went into surgery, that got me in the mentality to start healing before I even went in. That all got me in that mentality. It's all about a mentality. It's all about your mind. It's not about reality. It's all about mentality. It's not about a salary. It's all about mentality. That's going to be the remix. It's not about a salary. It's all about mentality. That's how you get healed. When your mind is right, your body gonna follow. It's gonna follow regardless. Yeah, true enough, it's some stuff that you can't mentally outthink, right? But how you receive it, how you go through it, the process in which it occurs, all changes based off your mentality. And when you are contributing to your tribe, to your village, and your village turns around and contributes to you, all of that goes a long way in growth and healing. And I stand 10 toes on that. Y'all support, the support from my village. You said, and I won. You right, and I won. Exactly. I won that round too. Sure did. Even though Tremaine tried to cheat me. But like, you know, all of that, the support I got from my village, from my tribe, is what's allowed me to not pop one narcotic pain pill. And I got 5 incisions in my abdomen. Like, no joke. Like, I can't bend and do a bunch of stuff. And Like, been had a catheter on for 10 days, like stuff like that. And the mentality that I have, I don't feel pain because of what I get from my village. The support I get from my village. No lie. People be like, well, you better pray to God. I pray to God that people got my back in the flesh. That's how God talked to me. That's how the Creator give me messages, through physically seeing and hearing. You got to be open to receive what the world and the universe is bringing to you. That includes your village. That includes your prayers. That includes your works. Faith without works is not worth anything, right? So you can have all the faith in the world, but if you ain't putting no work in, then what's it worth? Zero. Anything times zero equals zero. So if I put one time and invested it one time into somebody and turned around and invested back in me, that's an even swap, no swindle. Great deal for both of us. Because it's not about quantity. It's about the quality of what you're doing. Again, you can't expect one person to answer your prayers all the time. And you see, you notice I said one person. I didn't say one deity, one entity, one creator. I didn't say any of that. I just said you can't always expect one person. So you can't pray to God like, Lord, please let my mama give me this money so I can blankety blank, blank, blank. Nah. You got to, put your energy and your faith and your works into the universe to where people be like, yo, man, just a heads up. I know stuff may be rocking and rolling not the way you want to. Here go a little something. I'm going to put something on something. Put something on something. And that's the mentality we need to have with helping each other. What up, Detroit G? That's the mentality we need to have with helping each other. Not expecting to be the hero all the time for people, but contributing. Be a part of the Justice League. Yeah, Superman is a hero until he run across some kryptonite. Yeah, Batman's a hero till he get caught in one of the Joker's traps. But as the Justice League, as a village, we come together using our strengths to make sure that none of our people are ever against their kryptonite. We make sure the Joker don't get over on any of us. Because we use our strengths to contribute to us. The village. That's why the title of today's subject is It Takes a Village to Stay a Village. Meaning it's going to be times when the village ain't villaging all the way around. But the ones who still villaging got to stay diligent and continue to contribute in the way they can and not step outside of themselves. Like, don't expect to be the financial savior of your village if that's not your get down. You keep drilling and keep drilling and keep drilling, doing what you do, contributing to the village in the ways you can. You may discover something else in your utility belt. Somebody else may point out something that you may be better at that you did not know about, but you got to have the confidence and believe in that person that's telling you in order for that to be effective, right? You got to know that person got your 6 if you're going to attack your 12 in that area viciously, with reckless abandon, with tenacity. Exactly, chat. Somebody got to hold it down. Again, all the villagers ain't always going to be villaging. But as the village, we must stay diligent and focused on what we need to make sure that when they do come back to the fold, when we do bring them back in, when they do regain their focus, when they are able to contribute in the ways of their superpowers towards the village, that we all still tight in the other areas. We can't let the pressure from this side of the boat crack the window. We can't let the pressure from the starboard side crack the window on the port side. We got to stay strong on the port side until we get the starboard side fixed. We can't break it apart. What's up, Don Holloman? What's up, baby? We cannot. Because if that's the case, then we're going to lose all around. Because now I'm a captain and I'm trying to be the first mate too. Just metaphorically speaking. Or I'm the right Twix, I'm the left Twix trying to be the right Twix. Doesn't work. We have to be able to be who we are and continue to push forward as who we are. And continue to push forward as who we are in this arena in which we are safe to say, I'm helpful here. I can help us here. I can't help us over there because I don't know anything about over there. Now, in the process, if I'm learning it, if I'm understanding, if I'm getting it, like, in the process, yeah, I get it. But, again, I hope y'all all got the point about it takes a village to stay a village. Again, I want to thank everybody who's shown support, who's shown love, everybody on here who's like, it's always tuning in and tapping in, everybody who sent me texts, voicemails, emails, edible arrangements, foodie fit food trains, all of that. It's love. Like to my wife's co-workers who just sent food over, like all this stuff. My neighbor sent me a gift box with everything I could think of to snack on, so I ain't got to worry about nothing. So thank you. My village is my village. And I thank y'all for being a part of my village. And I continue to express to y'all to make sure that all of our villages stay intact. So until next time, I've been 360 the Poet. If you need me, you need a question, you got some questions you need answer, hit me up at hollaatthehomie@gmail.com. What's up, Steph? Hope you had a good birthday, girl. Hollaatthehomie@gmail.com. That's HOLLAATTHAHOMIE@gmail.com. I love y'all too, fam, in a real way, in real life. So until next time, 360 out in a minute.